you buy and
in the
sell,
project, I want you guys to
when
do
you buy
Fama
and sell,
MacBeth
the bid-ask
regression.
spread
So
will
what does
consume
Fama
a lot of
regression
trading
mean?
transaction
So
costs.
looking at this
So
graph,
what you need to
so
do
each
is
year you have a
want
different
to
trading
take
profit,
care
right?
of the
So in
transaction
the earlier
cost.
years, this
So you
low,
want to
high,
see
low,
the
high,
stocks,
low, high,
the
low,
stocks
high.
which has
So
low
every
transaction
year
cost
the trading
can
profit
also
is different,
generate profit.
right?
So
So Fama MacBeth is the
so that's
average
the idea.
of
That's the
every
idea.
year's trading profit. That's the to just take the average. That's Fama
So
MacBeth.
basically, the idea here is
what,
that
so
here
in concrete
you
way,
want to
what
make
does that
sure
mean? That
you
means
know
in
something
the
other people
2009
doesn't
you
know,
run
so you buy the stock.
one regression.
And over
In
time, when
2010
other
you
people
run
start to
one
realize
regression.
what you
In
know,
2011
you gain profit.
one
Here,
regression.
you want to make
2012
sure
one
the
regression.
profit
When you
can
average
cover the
out
transaction
all
cost.
these annual regressions,
You don't want like
that's
you
called
gain like
Fama
you gain like
MacBeth.
a 1%
purpose of Fama
3 days.
MacBeth
If
is
the
you
transaction
don't
is
want
also
certain
1%,
year
you
to
gain
drive
nothing,
your
right?
results.
You want to make
want
sure
your
the
results
profit
is driven
you
by the
obtain from
time
the trading
series
strategy
pattern
can
over the
cover the
returns.
transaction
So
cost.
that's
actually
Fama MacBeth regression, which you guys will learn. That's also
actually
in the
the
project
idea
you
we
guys
have.
need to do.
So this is the test
let me
we
just
have
say
now.
one more
You
time.
can see that
Fama
the
MacBeth
strategy
is
what
every
you have
year
is
you run regression.
about the
Every
3-day
year
return
you
is
run regression.
0.7%.
After you run regression
This
every
is
year,
pretty
you
high.
average out all the annual regression
So over the
into
3 months, it's
into a
6%,
panel regression. That's called
6%.
the
So what
Fama
does that mean?
MacBeth.
That
The
means
purpose of
if you
doing that
buy
is
and
you
hold,
don't
if
want
you use this
some
strategy,
year
buy and hold
drives the
3
results.
months, it's
You
about
want average of the time
6%
series
for 3
pattern
months.
of your
And
trading
if you do
profit.
3 days, it's
So
about
so that's Fama MacBeth regression. You guys will do
0.71% for
in the
3 days.
project. So
I told you guys the importance of doing 3-day return, right?
another important question.
So what
I
I'm
want to
saying is,
ask you guys
if you buy the stock here,
how do
and
you know
over from here to
the
here
40% return
is 6%,
is from my
and
skill
over the
or
3
from
day
risk
here
gambling?
is
So
0.71%.
in other words, is
Let me repeat it one more
this
time.
40%
If you buy stock
return
here
kind
and
of
over from here to
repeatable,
here,
like
3 months,
I can gain
you
40%
gain
this year,
6%.
next year. So
If you
this
only
is a
buy the 3
fundamental
days
question
here, if
for
you only
all
can
the,
buy and hold 3 days
when we
here,
analyze
it's
the data
about
for managing the income
0.71%.
statement.
So that's
How do
pretty
you know
high.
the 40%?
I told you guys
How
the
do you know the
importance of
40%
doing a 3-day
is
return, right? The importance is 3-day return is
it's
less risky.
it's
Less risky. If you can get profit from 3-day return, it probably shows that
several ways.
you can
There's
generate
several ways to
good
do it.
trading profit.
So I want you guys
So
to,
it's about
to understand this. And
so
also
this is
is
about the
important for your
trading
project
strategy
as
is
well.
about
The first one is to
6%,
adjust for risk. That's what we did here, right?
6%,
You minus size
6%
risk
for
factor, you
the
minus
3 months
market
buy
risk
and
factor.
hold.
So the first thing is once you adjust all the risk, you still have positive profit. So and this is a transaction here. So basically, what does that mean? This means
not the risk.
if
That
you
makes sense. So
consider
for
the
example,
transaction,
if you
once
adjust for
use
transaction,
your
the return will be even higher. So
if
here,
the return is still
you
positive,
add
that
them
means
together. So
you are
11%.
getting something.
So
you are
if
beating
you
the
take
size
out the
adjusted
transaction
returns,
cost, you can
right?
get even
So
11%
that
for
means
3
that
months.
means after
Here
adjust
it's
for
about
size
1.3.
or
You
everything
add them
risk,
together.
if you still have positive
0.7
return,
add
that
0.6.
means it
You add
looks
them
like
is
positive.
1.3.
But the one
So
problem
basically,
is,
the idea here is if you
there's a
consider the
concern is
transaction cost,
you don't know what
the
are the
return
risks
is
here.
even higher.
So we only just
It's even
size,
higher.
book to
So
market, liquidity,
so that's the
momentum.
idea of
Maybe there's like a
idea
1
of
million
this
risk out there. You don't
of
know.
this trading strategy. So basically,
You don't know. So
basically the
I'm
first
saying this
is
so the
you can
problem
gain
is when you
gain
want to
return
adjust
by
for risk,
if you understand the persistence of the
risk
contract.
there,
Other people don't
never
understand it.
adjust for.
That can give you the
I don't know if that makes sense to
6%
you guys.
3
So
months
you
and
can only
0.71
adjust for
over
risk
3 days.
that is
And if you can
observable for you.
consider
But you
transaction
can
cost
never
into the
adjust
model,
some risk.
and
You
the
never
return
see.
is
For
even
example,
higher after you
COVID-19. This is
what
a
you
risk
take out the
you never
transaction
see
cost. It's
until
almost
you
double.
appear.
It's about
Until
11
you
months,
appear.
3 months, about
So
1.3.
how can you adjust some risk?
About
You can
for
never
3
even
days.
find
So
them.
this is the
So
trading
so we
strategy
have to work around that issue.
one example I was talking about. So this is always you guys should do the annual day. You can see it from 2008,
which means
from
just
2008,
adjusting
how
for risk
stable
is
it
not
is.
enough.
So you can see the
Because there are many risk
the
factors
you made.
we
The green
don't
one
know.
is the
We have to
combined
do
strategy.
more than
You
that.
can see
So
that
what we should do?
it's
Several
pretty
things is,
high
first,
over time. You see,
if you can
it's
generate
always
profit
above
from
zero,
short-term
right? Always
window,
above zero.
then
In
long-term
2008,
window,
there's
we
some
are more
there's
confident
some
it's
crash
still
on 2008.
not
So
not
basically,
not
if you follow the
not
trading
by
strategy,
luck.
you
So for
only
example,
you
if
get
you can
something wrong on the
get your
2008.
return
Other
from
than
3-day
2008,
window
over the past
versus buy and
20
hold
years,
for a
it's
whole
pretty
year,
good,
we
right?
will
It's
think
pretty good.
so
this
the
is
profit is more
over
tradable.
time.
The reason
the
is because
performance.
the
So when we do
shorter the
Fama
window,
MacBeth,
the
that's what I
less
said. You have
can
to
observe
average
risk.
out annual
So
effect into the
if
from
over the 1 year, a lot of things can happen. So You don't know.
So another thing is the quarterly return. So by the annual.
This is 3 days.
But in a
short
window,
because
so
this 3 days, only 3 days.
3 day
What can happen in 3 days?
2088 to 2008, you can see that
right? Plus
every year you make money except 2008.
This is a very short time.
And look
if you can get 1%, you make money almost every
that means
year.
really good.
That means you are making profit. If you can get if you only get
the minimum is 12%
annually,
minimum is
only
5%
buy and hold for a whole year. It's very risky. The longer you hold,
so
the more
most of
risky
the
events
years
will happen. The
you're
more
making
unobservable
money on
risk
that.
factors.
So
you
this
have.
is the
So
one
this
thing
strategy
we will do
is
is
very. If you can generate
trading
returns from
strategy
short
using by
window,
hedge
it's good.
funds.
That's why in
has
all
been
trading strategy, we want to do short-term window tests.
So it has been
you can
while.
see all
So
the papers I give you guys, all the trading strategy
so
I give
what
you guys.
I want to tell you
have
guys
to generate return from
the
short-term
red
window
line
in order to
is a
convince
classic
people
trading strategy
this is
used by hedge funds.
This is by
the
skills.
green line
This is not
is
by
luck,
strategy.
not
Not by
invented.
risk.
So
this is one point.
So basically,
I adjust for the after I adjust for the transaction cost.
Another point I want to raise
is
was double.
You want to
and
see the decline pattern over year.
So let's look at this
the conventional model.
table.
You can see that it also makes
so
money.
This is
the green line is
this is a
project
strategy
I
created.
This is a paper I give you guys to read, but you don't have to read
also
today.
using my trading
So, but
strategy
it's one of the project.
I developed the trading strategy
operating
in
growth.
2011. So
it's a variable
2011
calculated
so basically,
from balance sheet.
So basically,
you can
the,
see
the
that the operating growth
one.
can predict next
using
earnings announcement return.
The green ones
it's about 0.4% 3 days. So basically,
I take care of the
over 3 days,
cost,
you
the
can earn
profit will double.
47 basis
on
points.
3 days,
It's pretty high.
On a quarterly
Only
basis,
3 days. That's a 3 days return.
The red line
right?
is the
That's a 3 days return.
classic
That's
one.
very high.
Green line
Okay, in the next quarter. So
and
this is and
the
3 months later. 3 months later,
so
the operating growth can predict about 31 basis point. And 3 months later, again, after 3 months, there is no return. There's no return. So why we want to see the declining pattern? So why? So basically, why the operating growth here is can predict the immediate quarter in a very stronger way. Why the 3 months later is weaker? 3 months later, nothing. Everything disappears.
But later
why
on,
is
you
that?
can use the income statement
Because the assumption here is
to managers and a lot of people.
If it's a risk,
so
it should persist. You should
so
always
talk about
how to test
risk always there.
what's the theory.
But if
it's
going back to my
because
earlier
of the
points,
skills, if you know something other people doesn't know,
what
the pattern should
is,
disappear.
What we want
so basically, the idea here is if you know operating growth, it's good.
You use
but other people doesn't know it's good.
Variables.
Then you can predict the next earnings announcement. After 3 months, people will learn about it. Theory-based. The theory here is what? After another 3 months, people will completely understand it. So you will see a declining pattern over a year because people are learning what you know.
You are the person know it, other people don't
but
know it, right?
If the return persists in the future, always high, that means you are not knowing something other people know. You are just pick up the risk.
We talk about how to do the testing.
This is a very important test. Normally,
we also test
whether the profit
we explain
is
the
from
idea, the timeline, and the transaction cost,
pick up
and
some information other people
understand the regressions,
let me
and
give you guys another
profit, the green line and the red line.
Say,
so
this is just one example. This is one example how you can use the income statement.
So I was
help investors. And there's millions of examples. You can use the income statement to help investors, to help managers, to help a lot of people. We'll talk all about that
electronic
car
in the rest of the class,
and you also can think about it.
So
and this is
so what they said is
about this.
How
about
that
they want to invest in the electronic car industry because there's a certain material. So there's a certain material that need to be used to produce the battery is very scarce. It's cannot be imported. So what they do is they kind of invest a lot on the material that cannot be imported in order to profit from that from the material that is not available right now. So over time they gain a profit next month, and in the following months they gain lower profit. The reason is because that information is also learning by others. They just learn the information earlier than other investors, but that information will eventually be known by other people because this is something people will gradually know about.
It's same thing here. The operating growth is same here. What I'm testing here is the operating growth is something good. It's good stuff. So it can predict the next quarter return, but in a 3 months later, it will be lower prediction because people are learning this. Everybody is learning this. Another 3 months after, everybody will know it. If everybody know the operating growth is good, you don't have any profit. You only make profit when you know something other people doesn't know. So that's the idea here. You have to decline, the pattern have declined. So why I'm saying it has to decline? Because if every month, every quarter you make profit, that means it's not you know something other people doesn't know. That's a risk. If it's a risk, you can use that. You always predict returns. You always predict returns. So the declining pattern is important. The declining pattern is important to confirm the profit you have seen here. It's from your information advantage instead of the risk. That's one thing we do. Why we have the tradable profit or risk. Another thing is we are talking about is this is also you guys need to learn very important stuff. So how do I know? How do I know this operating growth is good stuff? Normally you have to do two things. You have to predict. You use the operating growth to predict future earnings, future sales, and then you test whether other investors understand the implication of operating growth for future performance and future stocks. So coming back to the example I was telling you guys, so I would say let's say Apple invest a certain project, like invest the product. What do you need to test? You need to test this first. Does the product actually generate future sales? That's the first step you need to tell. If the product do not generate future sales, it's just scam, right? It's just a fraud. But what you need to do is the first step is you have to predict. You have to test whether the product predict the future sales. Once you have that, another test is are you the only person understand that, or the whole market understand that? If the whole market know the product will predict the future sales, the information is useless. But if you are the person who know the product will generate future sales, then you can trade on it. So normally we have a two-stage testing on the trading strategy. The first strategy is you have to see the signal you are testing. You have to see the product predict future fundamental value, sales or earnings. That's step one. Step two is you have to test whether are you the only person know that, or other people also know that. If everybody know this product can predict future sales, you cannot trade that. So the two steps has to be tested at the same time. So you have to test the product to predict the future sales. That have to be satisfied, and also you have to make sure you are the one know it. Other people doesn't know it. So this is one test you guys have to make sure you will do it over the project. Another way is interesting thing is you have to do is how to prove this is a profit, not a risk. Another thing is you can do something to test. You can do some cross-sectional test, or you can do some scenario test. So for example, taking back to my earlier example, I use the if Apple has a product, the product can predict the future sales. Let's say I found that the product can predict the future sales, and then how do I know other people will know the same information or not? You can divide into different scenarios. For example, under the Super Bowl, you guys know Super Bowl, right? So under the Super Bowl case, everybody watch video, everyone watch game. Nobody take a look at Apple's financial statements. Nobody look at what kind of product Apple is doing. So in that case, if you see very stronger return, predict future return, that means you are knowing someone doesn't know. So also Friday, every Friday, nowadays Wednesday, every Friday, some of you guys think about the weekend plan. You don't want to closely monitoring news in the market. So if you see like a stronger results in a Friday Super Bowl, like if you see like stronger results during the time investors has limited attention, they kind of go for fun, go for holiday. If you have a stronger results that give you more confidence, what you know something other people doesn't know. You know something other people doesn't know. However, if it's not the case, if not the case, if it's not true, that means something is wrong. So idea here is how to make sure you know something, you know some signal that other people doesn't know. You can test whether it predicts the future sales. You can test the future stock returns. And another way you can test is you should see you have a stronger return in the Super Bowl period, because under the Super Bowl, everyone else watching the game, getting together with the family. You are only one looking at the Apple's 10K and find the product information. Okay, this is good. I'm going to trade on this. So if you are the one of the few person who spend time to do that, while other people are enjoying their life, and you should see stronger results. If you do that, that supports your theory. You know something other people doesn't know. So these are the different ways to test whether whether you get a profit or risk. So everything here will be in the paper I sent you guys. We talk about that in a very detailed way, and that's why we need to read the papers and the material very carefully. So to summarize, you don't use the forward-looking information. You need to calculate abnormal return. You need to Fama MacBeth, and there's a different ways to adjust for risk, and the different ways to make sure the profit is from skills, not risk, by using short window, declining pattern, by make sure the signal you use to predict future sales and other people don't get it. And also in a scenario, other people are going for game for Super Bowl, you get stronger results. That all these supports that your profit is tradable, not from risk. So these are the things you need to keep in mind when you read all this material. And also in the project, I want you guys to use Fama MacBeth regression. So what does Fama Mac regression mean? So looking at this, so what you need to do is you have different trading profit, take care of the transaction cost. Earlier years, this low, high, low, high, which has low transaction cost. Every year, the trading profit is different, right? So Fama MacBeth is the average of every year's trading profit. That's just take the average. That's Fama MacBeth.
So basically, the idea here is that here you want to make sure you know something other people doesn't know, so you buy the stock. And over time, when other people start to realize what you know, you gain profit. Here, you want to make sure the profit can cover the transaction cost. You don't want like you gain like a 1% 3 days. If the transaction is also 1%, you gain nothing, right? You want to make sure the profit you obtain from the trading strategy can cover the transaction cost. That's actually you guys will learn. That's actually the idea we have. So this is the test we have now. You can see that the strategy what you have is about the 3-day return is 0.7%. This is pretty high. Average out all the annual regression. So over the 3 months is 6%. 6%. So what does that mean? That means if you buy and hold, if you use this strategy, buy and hold 3 months, it's about 6% for 3 months. And then if you do 3 days, it's about 0.7%. So this is the test we have now. You can see that the strategy what you have is about the 3-day return is 0.7%. This is pretty high. So over the 3 months is 6%. So what does that mean? That means if you buy and hold, if you use this strategy, buy and hold 3 months, it's about 6% for 3 months. And then if you do 3 days, it's about 0.71% for 3 days. I told you guys the importance of doing 3-day return, right? So what I'm saying is if you buy the stock here and over from here to here is 6%, and over the 3-day here is 0.71%. Let me repeat it one more time. If you buy stock here and over from here to here 3 months, you gain 6%.
If you only buy the 3 days here, if you only got buy and hold 3 days here, it's about 0.71%. So that's pretty high. I told you guys the importance of doing a 3-day return, right? The importance is 3-day return is less risky. It's less risky. If you can get profit from 3-day return, it probably shows that you can generate good trading profit. So it's about so this is about the trading strategy is about 6%, 6% for the 3 months buy and hold, 0.71% for the 3 day. So